Good morning. Good morning. Independence Day observation. As I stated, July 2nd, 1964 would be what I would consider Independence Day for all Americans as a collective. I would not consider it to be July 4th based on historical dates, based on signed documentation where we had every citizen be a part or have an opportunity to be a part of what we consider to be the great United States of America. We've had a ton of issues since the United States inception, that being the beginning of the United States. We've had a ton of issues. And on today, which is calendar Independence Day, we have courts who arguably have been written back. So everything that we've worked for, we've separated in my lifetime, in my generation. We have individuals who are openly now, or at least there's not a lot, but we are seeing it. So they do manage to find people that say that this country, this United States of America, should belong to whites only. And they find them, but they're not in like these like large pockets. It's not like every time I go out and I see somebody, they're like, hey, get out of the country, because it just doesn't happen in my day-to-day world. But we've seen it happen. We have a president that is on paper, he's a felon, whether you believe it or don't believe it. On paper, by a judge, he's a convicted felon. So this is everything that we're celebrating on Independence Day. We have a felon United States of America president. We are being called, this is the nation, are being parallel with the way Nazi treatment was, in the way we are deporting illegal immigrants. We are completely not even addressing at the federal level 8 USC Code 1324, which was the corporations that knowingly allowed and pulled in these illegal immigrants. We, as our nation, as a country, are divided between our Republicans and Democrats only in face alone, because when we watch the votes happen, when they're really important to figure out where we actually stand, we start seeing people jump lines. We watch the bill be passed where individuals don't even tell you why they were a no one day and a yes the next day. We don't know if we don't know if the news is out to give us the truth or spin a narrative. This is everything that I'm observing on Independence Day. It's not what you observe, it's what I'm observing. Citizens, to me, are realizing how far removed we are from authority one way or the other. We can't say yes to anything, we can't say no to anything. We're learning more today what the representative democracy structure looks like. And is it healthy? And has it been working? We have white supremacist groups marching the streets screaming, deport these people right now. We got this, I want to say they are the Israelite black people marching the streets, trying to profess who's God's chosen people. And I'm only saying that because that's the clips that I've seen. And what whoa, this is in our lifetime. We're watching education be all but dismantled for public schools. A lot of citizens don't even know that we're under the fiat currency system. It was the gold standard that got put away, and we're under the fiat currency system, which means that this is a debt-based system financially on human being, on people, the fiat currency system. And people don't want to have children, so how does that system even continue to work? We don't like the fact, apparently, because people are finding it okay not to understand Medicare and Medicaid. The problem seems to be is that no one wants to help the person as they get older. That's just it in a nutshell. Statistically, by the numbers, you can just go look it up if you don't believe me. Young people are working, but when you get older, you don't just go to a desk job just because you get older. Some people's skill set put them outside. And we have people who hate to use their taxpayer money to augment for when individuals get older. You love to drive on the roads. You love to go into the buildings. You love to live in the houses. You love to have the shelter. You love to be able to eat the food. But you do not like that when they got older, they couldn't work anymore. So that's not where your money wanted to be. We live in a system today, July 4th. We live in a system that's supposed to be our Independence Day, where $19.57 went to annually will go to what is looking like and is a concentration camp, which is literally supposed to be used for prisoners for really bad, or ideally this is supposed to be for bad people or people that our country thinks are bad. If you were to look up what is a concentration camp, it's like diplomatic prisoners. It's really bad, and it costs $19.57 for Floridians, which is $450 million annually, and that's, you're willing to spend that money instead of ensuring that older people, whether they're your family or not, have Medicaid health care, because the idea has been spent that all these people just don't want to work forever. Because when you grew up and you grew into who you are right now, you realize that I need to work until I die. I need to till the ground. I need to do, consistently do something. My body's never going to get tired. It's never going to get beaten down. And if I can't work up until the day I take my last breath, then I'm not a good citizen to the United States of America. And we have been convinced that on a scale that that's the way it should be. And then we have representatives who don't even come from the majority of the people that are in the House of Representatives don't come from blue collar environments. They come from wealth. And there is this idea on this Independence Day, there is this culpable idea that we are all okay because one day we all believed that we are supposed to be these very wealthy people. I didn't grow up like that. And I don't mean I didn't grow up wealthy. I meant ideally I've always just wanted to live a comfortable life. That's it. I never longed for a lot of things, probably because I didn't grow up like that. And I don't knock people for wanting better things. I just know that it seems like things that you can get that are out of the reach of other people, it just doesn't, to me, create a great character. But that's just where we are. July 2nd, 1964. July 2nd should be considered or even talked about in your day-to-day as for an Independence Day. But if the best we have, again, I like to say this, I'm 42 years old. If the best we have is to say that I have to go back and find an era where I have to go and look for what is considered to be this nation's Independence Day and find what was good about that, because all of the fights, all of the arguments, all of the protests, all of the structuring to get things done to ensure. Because you got to remember, the reason those federal court judges had the right to put in national injunctions was because we needed a streamlined approach to not centralizing power. We needed a streamlined approach to not centralizing power. You have to remember things that are important. The people that left Europe, they left because they had a centralized power that they could not do anything about. And in America, we created a structure so that that centralized power would not be able to take root. And July 4th, this Independence Day, we are conversing, we are having conversation, we are in arguments. This means in opposition of opinions and ideals about whether or not the hate and disdain for inclusion of other races is healthy. We are concerned that whether or not groups are being outproduced because we, July 4th, this Independence Day, are under a system of understanding where race, black, white, Asian, Mexican, Latino, yeah, where race is a problem. And we still have not figured out how to alleviate that. Like, the only way we know how to deal with disliking individuals because of the way they look, because we're not going to follow the law to the nail. Because I always tell you, 8 U.S.C. Code 1324 says that we could go after the root cause. You can't get a job if you can't get hired. This stops you from wanting to be there. If these individuals are having such the issues in their countries, how hard is it to ask American citizens, hey citizens, would it be okay if we used your tax money to go and assist in the liberation of this place? Because the things that we fought very hard for, they're also fighting hard for. Is it okay if we build a global unity? Because there's a problem here. And instead of, and a way for us to look at controlling our borders is to help these nations that are having these issues in their country. And we will do our best to do it in the most ethical way possible. Instead, we used it today, July 4th, Independence Day. We have a lot of conversation about political talking points. And now we're having a conversation about what if naturalized citizens should be deported on July 4th, Independence Day. So when you get out there and you pop your firecrackers and you do all the things that you do, and you don't really consider historically where we came from to where we are, and are we walking things back, and are we in a healthy place as a population, not as a representative democracy? Because what we see with our representatives, I don't truly believe that it is the will of the nation. But there's no way to really know, because the only thing that all of us collectively get asked at one point is who we're going to vote for president. That's it. And whatever comes on that general election bill, on that general election document, when it is time to vote. And those are typically at your state level. So those are my Independence Day thoughts, or at least my July 4th thoughts. But again, if you look at the data, and you look at the dates, and you look at the completion of inclusion, you definitely create the conversation that July 2nd, 1964 should be what America considers its Independence Day. July 2nd, 1964, because that was the Civil Rights Act signed by Lyndon B. Johnson. Just to give you just little history. But I did want to definitely say be safe today. Be safe in whatever holiday come up. But today, be safe. Hopefully, we don't see incident. And hopefully we don't hear negativity. But that's pretty tough in today's climate. So you guys have a great day. I'll be treating it as a normal. You know, because times are changing, and we have to look at things differently. So there you have my conversation for today. Thank you.